Now comes the light of divine direction, shining from a star with no disruption, beloved ones. The night sky is cleared, and the aura of a planet knows relief from a battle preordained. The destiny was victory, but none could tell the end until by free will each one here made the decision to conquer self and bind the outer foe. For this then, the Darjeeling Council, the Council of the Royal Teton, and other councils of the Great White Brotherhood in the etheric octave, do greet you and do give you a hearty round of applause for a victory that has made possible a future for this year and the remainder of the decade without those scoundrels who did attempt to snuff out the flame of this community. Much has been gained, beloved, not the least confidence among light-bearers in the earth and across the galaxies in many home stars. There is an awakening, there is a quickening, as those who have been burdened for so long now see the star of hope and are ready to raise up their own mother light and to join you, beloved, in the maintenance of freedom on this planet and in its conveyance and bestowal on many other areas. So many reinforcements have come, and this victory has been a sweet taste, and it is a taste for more victories, beloved ones, and a confidence in the inner Brahman that this can be accomplished. Thus, the saints truly go marching in, and you may truly walk from this conference in the stature of your Christ self, and maintain that state, beloved, for you know deep in your heart that you have contributed mightily, that God has needed you, God has had a need, and you have supplied it. Thus, beloved, you are strengthened, you have received training, you have heard the wisdom of the messenger and the masters, and you have seen the mighty Fohat go forth from her mouth. You have seen the commands go forth from your own throat chakras. Yes, you have seen what it is like when a band of angels embodied, and angels in the sky, and children of the sun, and sons and daughters almost ready to take the next step in the ascension, all come together in a united purpose. So, blessed ones, I commend you to making a divine plan and a divine chart whereby you summon equal and greater force and do systematically do away with then those schisms within your own psyches, all and anything within that can pop up and come upon you at any moment as an undisciplined portion of self, as an ancient record, as a karmic condition, as an out-of-alignment condition. So many are the causes for incompleteness. So many causes are there for the out-of-control state. I am certain that you desire that God control. Helios and Vesta, therefore, stand with you, sons and daughters of the Most High, and angels of legions of light who have also descended into embodiment. You have therefore made your mark, and you may come bearing that record as your resume as you stand before the lords of karma and carefully consider ahead of time what it is you truly desire to petition for. that which is practical, that which is good for one and good for all, that which is good for community and the expansion of the church, and that which can accomplish truly the forward march in the revolution in education in America that we seek. Yes, beloved, when seeking grants and petitioning for them, maximize therefore your effort and contemplate how that which you can do and the grant that you might receive for it can bless so many others at the same time. And therefore, by multiplying the good graces you appeal for and receive, you can also, beloved, make the good karma for that multiplication, for the fire that does dart, that does cross the mind, the mental belt, and anchor the mind of God. Oh yes, beloved, the Chohans, my sons, greet you, and so many of my sons and daughters whom I have trained in the path of true divine direction. You require direction in the heart, and that divine direction, beloved, comes from your mighty I Am presence, and those of us who reinforce it. Forget not then the point of 24, the 24 points on the circumference of the circle. This is the star of the great divine director, and therefore 24 elements. You can consider the yin and the yang of each line of the clock. You can consider the position of Alpha and Omega in the heart of each hierarchy of the suns. A plan for community, a plan for building, a plan for securing the safety of the light bearers in the earth, a plan for educating the children, a plan in the heart of each one that is suited to his talent and training, and to his desire and calling, and above all, to the fulfillment of his karma and his dharma. All things come into place, and as you feel my causal body, you feel the neat and tidiness of the mind that contains the divine direction for many spheres. It is, of course, the mind of God, for which I provide a chalice. I invite you also to provide this chalice, beloved hearts, for I believe that every one of you knows that you require divine direction, and you desire also that the human direction that you take should be under the pole star of your divinity. Else what is the use, beloved, but more experimentation in the human equation? Let the divinity pass through you. The divinity will not imprison you, but release you. Release the full and fairest flower of your being. Divine direction is surely the mighty quality of the hierarchy of Capricorn and the crown chakra. Thus I come with God power at my command, for I have long ago passed the initiation whereby the all power of heaven and earth is given unto me, even as it is given unto the sons of God one by one, as they prove their competence and their trustworthiness in dealing with the power of God as the might of the will of God and the ultimate might of faith itself, the might of the spoken word. Yes, beloved, this is a year once and for all, as you have been taught and heard from the lips of the messenger, to conquer ignorance, to conquer all seeds of criticism, condemnation, and judgment. And for this you must be rid of all self-condemnation, of all putting down of the self, and a certain angriness at levels of the garment of being. Yes, beloved, criticism, condemnation, and judgment may be based on envy and jealousy, or the desire for revenge. Whatever it is, beloved hearts, this is the evil, the absolute evil that you must root out as the archetypal pattern in the unconscious. When you are delivered then of this substance, and you deliver God from your imposing upon him with these vibrations, you shall know truly a new God mastery. And this is that which we seek for you, for in so many ways you develop the God mastery in your field of service and in your professions. Well, beloved ones, we consider you to be career sons and daughters of God, and we desire to ratify your calling even as you choose to ratify your calling. Therefore know well that quickly there can come to you blessings and the opening of a reservoir of genius and creativity whereby you may surely fulfill your highest destiny. Feel now the tingling of your crown chakra as golden illumination's flame does touch you each one. For I love you, and I love you with a heart that burns with the fire of illumination, with the adoration and the assimilation that I am of the cosmic will and the cosmic love. And therefore I seek for you wise dominion and peace. Peace, therefore, in the resolution of your divinity within you. Peace, therefore, as I support you by the power of the seventh ray, which I also embody, with a violet flame for transmutation of points of division. Oh yes, my little ones, and so many hearts I love, and I have loved throughout the ages. You must know that the violet flame is the flame of ultimate love of God, God's mercy and such justice. Know then, it is no secret, but the formula itself is a secret, the secret of surrender, beloved ones. Some see surrender as impossible. Others surrender when they have nothing to surrender, and therefore cannot bring back from the altar of God that which is a great God portion of reality. Do you see, beloved, you must have some sense of self-worth, some sense of an integrated personality in the God, Brahman, in order to be able to surrender that self. It is understandable then that you desire to put the pieces together of the cosmic jigsaw puzzle, even the Chinese puzzle, the puzzle of the great Tao, in order that you might offer upon the altar of God a perfect matrix of yourself that is worthy of surrender, that God may receive and take and perfect and multiply and increase, and lo, to give you back the identity of the God that is born in you, nevermore to be taken from you, for you have entered the eye of God, and you and the eye are one. So understand, beloved, build up the citadel of being, teach your children to build from the very moment of their first breath, from the very moment of their conception, as they have been taught from the moment of their conception in the mind of God, and their going forth with twin flames. Teach them to build a solid foundation. Give them that solid foundation. Give them joy. Give them hours of freedom, of creativity, to invent, to ponder, to wonder, to be amazed, to be filled with the joy of living. Oh, the joie de vivre, isn't that the most fantastic quality of the child and the little child within you? I say, take recourse in that joy, and I say, build then, the dweller of the temple of God. Build then the identity that you desire one day to place upon God's altar and say, here I am, Lord. Here I am, Lord. You have called me forth long, long ago, and I have made my rounds in the cosmos of these matter spheres. And I return now, for I have a worthy gift to offer you. And that gift and that offering is of myself, that is at last at peace in thy love, in thy direction, in thy clear seeing, and thy wondrous creation of my being in thee. I am thine own, because I am thyself. I have realized thyself as myself, and therefore I am coming home. I am coming home. This then is the journey of many lifetimes, beloved. How then shall you assess just how much of Brahman you are? Brahman in the beginning with the Word, the mother of creation, and the Father. Well, beloved, I do believe that one test to understand how much you are bonded to your God and therefore you are your God can be seen by the level of peace, by the level of peace that you carry. For those who are at peace in God and in their identity in God are simply not moved. Not moved, beloved, but do take action and a proactive position to stake their claim to reality, then to defend it, then to encircle it with a wall of light through which light and light bearers may enter, but where none committed to darkness may remain. Yes, beloved, when you have not peace or full joie de vivre, then you must come to grips with a temporary reality that signifies the psyche in distress. All stress on the surface is the distress beneath the surface. I tell you, by your love, fixing that love upon God or the God within, one of the great gurus or the ascended masters, you can make such steady progress. Your face shall be transformed, your body, you shall be renewed by the transformation of your mind. Try it a little bit, beloved. Try it a little bit. And so you need not give up self all at once, but little by little, as you become God, you will discard the outworn garments of self. You will say, here, take them away. I do not want them. They no longer represent myself. I wore these when I was not the fullness of who I am. Therefore I put upon me new garments without transgression, garments day by day becoming seamless garments. As one by one the scars are healed and disappear, as one by one the lines of old age are no more, and your tender feet and your tender heart is renewed in the springtime of childhood and perfect love. Thus know the great love of the Father, Mother, God, and the freedom that is given to all. Thus know this is the year to appeal to me and the hierarchy of Capricorn, to plan each day to make the most of it, and let your goal be the giving of the gift of reality to every soul on earth who has light, but does not know that that light is Brahman, nor that Brahman lives within him, nor that that soul is ultimately Brahman. Therefore plan ways and means to teach souls how to bond with the Lord, the Most High God, with the living Christ and the living Buddha. Let all of your doings, your thoughts, your dreams, your prayers, your hopes include rejoicing in the circle of family and community, but include the larger circle of all light bearers upon earth, and then with the expansion of the mind's eye and the all-seeing eye of God, include then all light bearers of the matter cosmos, for they behold you now, they behold the shining ones and the victors, the warriors, and those who have embodied the soul and heart of the Divine Mother, keeping the flame of the Word day in and day out. O my precious ones, O my beloved ones, in the particular state of mind you are in, I understand that you think and know that you are not yet perfected in Christ. This is a realistic assessment, as long as you will remember when you say it, that Christ is perfected in you. And if that perfect Christ be in you and of you, and if you prepare that temple of your being, sweep it clean for the coming of the Lord, you soon will know each little point of the perfecting of the self, and you will observe it as though you were picking wild flowers in the field, one each day, collecting your bouquet. The perfecting process is ongoing, and you are in the process of doing just this. Not all at once, beloved, but day by day, loving the self as Brahman. Is this not the pastime of the Lord Krishna with the beautiful chelas, the loving of the God self within? Is this not what every great guru of all time and space has brought to his followers? Is it not the love of the flame of everlasting life? Yes, it is, and that very flame becomes the stylus which you use to define the hours and the days of your service and calling. Blessed ones, for all you do to help others, 50% of that should accrue to you, for it comes back to you to help yourself. And thus you build identity in God as you enter a profession of service, whereby whatever you do, in some measure, brings blessing to life. Let all take stock and consider this day, the first day of the rest of your life, that must be consecrated to divine direction in every aspect. Listen well, study hard, meditate deeply, walk and talk with God, make decisions systematically by calculating the pros and cons, and do not enter into commitments lightly, for your commitments must be carefully scrutinized, that you know you give your highest and best energy to the highest and best cause of which you are capable. My beloved hearts, seated in my aura, and seated there again each time you renew this tryst this night by replaying my dictation, may you know and find the great blue sphere of your own causal body, and rest at peace in it, until you can gather all of the pieces of self and put them back together in order. And when they are all put together, so invoke the flame of the seventh ray, the violet flame, and see how the pieces no longer show as pieces, but become one true divine whole, the undivided manifestation of God. I have come to raise consciousness as we have all come at this conference. I have raised your consciousness to a new level of divine awareness of your crown chakra and all that it can open for you. The opening of the crown chakra is surely the ultimate expression of the love of the Father, Mother, God, who attain union through the rising of the sacred fire from the base of the spine chakra to the crown. in the white fire and the golden flame, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas salute you. Keep yourself in the eye of God, and soon you shall see that eye, be that eye, and know a greater sensitivity in your third eye. I am the great divine director. I place a clean white page before you. This is the first day of the rest of your life. Think carefully how you will write on this page and the succeeding pages of your book of life. I am the great divine director, always available. Give my decree and see how I will establish round about you as a circle, a hoop around your aura of the 24-pointed star. With all the love of my heart, I discipline you and chasten you daily, that you might come up higher and shed a snake skin or two each 24 hours. This you can do, I promise.